Welcome to The Explainer. Let's just jump right into it today. We are taking a pretty fascinating journey through the lifespan of a device, but we're looking at the whole shebang entirely through the lens of enterprise security. We're going to trace a device from the exact moment it boots up on a corporate network to the very second it gets permanently retired. So here's a question for you. What actually stands between your enterprise data and absolute chaos? It's a serious question. Because, let's be real, mere textbook definitions of security terms, they aren't going to stop hackers. Relying purely on theory just doesn't keep an intruder out of your network. What actually stops them is understanding and flawlessly executing the real-world life cycle of defense. So here is our ultimate life cycle playbook. We'll be covering setting the security rules, minimizing the attack surface, protecting data with encryption, defending the endpoint devices, and safely retiring obsolete systems. Section 1. Setting the security rules. Okay, so configuration enforcement. This is all about the standardized, consistent application of system settings, policies, and controls across your entire network. It essentially ensures every single element out there adheres to your defined security policies. By setting these baselines right away, you're fundamentally reducing vulnerabilities literally right out of the gate. Let's anchor this to reality with a concrete example. Think about password policy enforcement. Obviously, you want to require a mix of characters, and you absolutely need to enforce regular password changes. But how do you guarantee everyone actually does it? Well, you implement it via centralized tools, like group policy. By doing this, you're enforcing the configuration across all user accounts instantly. It effectively shuts down the risk of weak passwords because it entirely removes the element of user choice. Everyone simply complies with the best practices. Moving on to Section 2, minimizing the attack surface. Now, hardening is essentially a systematic process to eliminate unnecessary functions and restrict access. By stripping away all that non-essential stuff across your servers, workstations, and network devices, you drastically reduce your overall vulnerabilities. You're basically making the attack surface as small as physically possible, and that makes it considerably more challenging for intruders to exploit any weaknesses. Section 3. Protecting data with encryption. Just as a quick refresher, encryption is our ultimate safeguard for confidentiality, right? So whether you're using full disk encryption for data at rest or SSL and TLS for data in transit, the goal is exactly the same. Ensure intercepted data is utterly unintelligible without the correct decryption key. It's kind of like this. Think of hardening as locking all the doors to the building by restricting system access. You're keeping the bad guys out of the house. Encryption, on the other hand, is putting the actual valuable goods inside an indestructible safe. So even if an attacker manages to pick the lock on the front door, say they steal the physical device itself, the data inside the safe is still completely useless to them without the key. You absolutely need both to survive. Section 4. Defending the endpoint devices. Endpoint protection. This is your frontline defense, specifically tailored for the devices your employees use every single day. By installing robust antivirus and anti-malware, an organization actively defends against the phishing attacks and malicious software that specifically target these user endpoints. Now, while a network firewall protects your entire network perimeter, a host-based firewall provides a crucial, localized layer of defense directly on individual devices. It controls the specific incoming and outgoing traffic for that specific host, based entirely on rules set by your admin. Basically, if something slips past the main network perimeter, your host-based firewall is right there waiting for it. And right alongside that firewall, you've got the Host-Based Intrusion Prevention System, or HIPS. Think of this as your active automated guard. HIPS provides real-time protection by constantly monitoring the behavior of the host system. And it doesn't just look for known threats, it actually looks for unknown threats by watching for highly suspicious activity. It's an urgent, vigilant sentry that literally never sleeps. Let's look at a live attack scenario. If an application suddenly tries to modify a critical system file, the HIPS might just block the action and notify the security team. It detects that behavioral anomaly, automatically blocks the action in real time, and instantly alerts the admins. It stops the attack dead in its tracks. Section 5. Safely retiring obsolete systems. All right, let's slow down for a second, because we're entering the decommissioning phase. This is the planned process of taking hardware, software, or subsystems out of active service safely. And why safely? Well, consider an old server hosting an app you don't need anymore. Simply unplugging that server and shoving it in a supply closet is incredibly dangerous. It leaves behind residual data, old configurations, and open connections that malicious actors can easily exploit later if they get their hands on it. So, to do this right, you need a highly structured methodology. You carefully review the system, completely remove sensitive data, and uninstall all the software. Then, you ensure network connections are permanently terminated. And finally, in highly sensitive cases, you actually physically destroy the hardware itself so no data can ever be recovered. By strictly adhering to this process, an organization fundamentally mitigates the security risks of unused systems. Proper decommissioning ensures things are safely retired without leaving any lingering vulnerabilities for attackers. It's really the absolute final, non-negotiable step in a comprehensive defense in-depth strategy. A device's lifecycle doesn't end when you stop using it, right? It ends when it is safely decommissioned. I want to leave you with a thought to reflect on today. If an attacker breached your network right now, would your discarded devices be their first target? It's a pretty sobering thought, isn't it? Understanding this complete life cycle, from enforcing configurations on day one to physically destroying a hard drive on its final day, is really the only way to truly secure the enterprise. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this gives you a fresh perspective on how you manage the life cycle of your own devices.